Another transition. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Stuffy Cat Iceberg. I'm quite excited to be here. Are you? If not, then, why are you here? Anyways, as you all know, we just got done with the sky of the iceberg and the tip of the iceberg. So now we're going to be going straight into the body of the iceberg itself. Are you ready? Because this is where a bunch of things start to get really good. These two were basically the appetizers, and now we're starting to get into the main meal. So, let's get into the body of the iceberg. Time travel. Alright, we see time travel used a good amount in the Stuffy Cat cinematic universe, or whatever you want to call it. First scene, I'm pretty sure, in the future, where, the time travel is used, and it always seems to be used by a black rectangle that is like a portal or something. To use it, you have to put in a specific date and time you want to go there. So yeah, it's used in this, and it's also used in a couple others, which I will name right now. It is also used in What If Blue Toad Started a Food Empire, What If the Manta Chose Goomba, and even Dry Eric Bowser Jr. Origin. Really, what this entry is trying to bring notice to is that there is forms of time travel, but it always seems to be that it's in the future. The future makes time travel, and time travels back to the past, not the other way around. So just something to think about, I guess. There is time travel, but it seems to be only in the future, and with Koopa doing it in the future, that also kind of destroyed where that time travel came from. The Manta is the green bunny. Alright, we know this for a couple of reasons. The main one being from the Pursuit Part 2. Yes, you can see my reflection. Don't be weirded out. We can see this in the Pursuit Part 2 and in other things as well, such as the Backrooms SCCU stories where something strange goes on, and that's actually kind of a precursor and a little teaser or nod to the fact that the Manta actually might be the Green Bunny. Obviously, we get the first reveal in the Pursuit Part 2, like I said, but also we get to know this through other things, such as in the What If series. We see that, the Manta is the Green Bunny. What this shows is basically that the Green Bunny from all the way back in the Pet Predicament is actually the Manta. The Green Bunny, needing more money, decided to do some sort of show. And he would give the animals away, but then plan to steal them back and even kill the people if they were in the way. Plushes, yes, I know. But yeah, the Green Bunny is the Manta. That is the secret identity of the main mob boss and crime crew and the SCCU, or Stuffy Cat Cinematic Universe World 1. Manta and Green Bunny cameos. Alright, just like how I just said right now, how the Manta is the Green Bunny, that means there are quite a lot of cameos for them, such as Waluigi and Wario, the Pet Predicament Part 1 and 2, the Mr. Finale Part 2, and probably even more than that. We had these cameos put in there, or I had these cameos put in there, mainly just because, it seemed like a good idea to show the Green Bunny as well as the Manta. And what most people don't know is the whole entire Pet Predicament Part 2. Yes, he was in the Pet Predicament Part 2 after the, post-credit scene, blah, blah, blah. And it actually slightly alludes to the fact that he could be the Manta in that, actually. So yeah, the main boss of the World 1 for crime, the Manta and Green Bunny are cameoed quite a lot in the SCCU World 1. I don't know why I keep on saying SCCU. But yeah, he also cameos in the SCCU stories in the back rooms. So yeah, just a bunch of cameos. Among Us works different powers. Now, you guys might know this from things such as Among the Multiverse and maybe even Among Us plush question mark, but Among Us, or at least the Among Us plushes that Dryac Bowser Jr. makes when it's under the, control of Dryac Bowser Jr., well, he makes it so then powers work differently in Among Us. I mean, like it's being said right now, think about it. You don't have any powers in Among Us unless you're an imposter. Now, yes, in other Among Us plushes that you might see, people do have powers, and crewmates can actually fight back imposters when they're trying to kill them. But that's not how Dryac Bowser Jr.'s Among Us plushes work. Until, of course, Among the Multiverse happens. But yeah, we're not talking about that. Dry Bones is powerful. Also is Koopa. As in Dry Bones is Koopa. As well as Boo is really powerful. Also was originally Goomba. We're just gonna have these together. Now, we know these from things such as the future and even some of the what ifs, such as what if Blue Toad started a food empire, where we get to see the training that the Manta put Koopa under before he, went, and all of that. Actually, the reason he's so powerful really is shown by the fact that after he gets blown up in the time machine in the future, that, well, guess what? What? Well, he's just really powerful. I mean, I'm pretty sure I described it as like a stack of notch apples and like a couple chug jugs or something. I don't know, cringy game references. But it really just goes to show how powerful Koopa is and how he actually turned into Dry Bones after the explosion of the time machine. Which also, that kind of means that Red Paracoopa made Koopa Dry Bones. So I guess that's cool. And as for Boo, well, he pretty much in his own universe in the What If series, he ended up being the best in his class instead of Koopa, where he was the strongest, and he ended up being, well, the best fighter in the whole entire Manta training. And after that, since he thought, well, I don't know the exact things of this, so, I mean, yeah, but I am trying to explain it. Since the Manta was so impressed by his powers, either that, or he really thought that Koopa was going to win, and Goomba ended up besting him, he decided to give him even more OP things, such as like stacks on stacks of notch apples, chug jugs, med kits, OP potions, and just stuff like that made him even more powerful. And in fact, he also became Boo through the same explosion that Koopa did. He became Boo, and it almost seemed like I don't want it to sound weird or anything, but it's like he died, but because of how powerful he was, he didn't actually die, and that's how he became Boo. And that's also really goes to show how powerful he is. Yes, Boo is more powerful than Dry Bones. So that's both of them. Dry Bones is really powerful, and Boo is extremely powerful. Brugly Fan? Alright, guys. Yes, I am somewhat of a Brugly fan. No, really, you made a whole entire plush of it. Yes, I am a Brugly fan, and you can see this in things such as, the Brugly plush video. And in fact, also, just so you know, he commented because he saw it. So that's cool. But we can also see this in stuff such as 096 and even the Backrooms, the end, the first montage. So we can just see that I am a Brugly fan, or at least I was. It's kind of tragic if you think about it, but I used to be a Brugly fan, and now I do like watching his content. In fact, I actually watched his level infinity video for my video, but I don't know. I would say that I enjoyed his content when he was more of a smaller creator, and no, I'm not saying that he should change or anything. If he likes what he's doing, then I mean, keep on keeping on, I guess. But I just liked it when he was a smaller YouTuber, and when we had the Backrooms fan-made videos and stuff like that. Nothing against him or anything. I am still subscribed. So yeah. I am, in fact, a Brugly fan. Cookie Hacker is advancing. Alright, I know, it's another blank screen. It's not my fault. Oh look, you can see the thing that I'm talking... Okay, you can't... Okay, the Cookie Hacker is advancing. This is mainly just going over the fact that, hey look, at first he was like doing small things like Super Koopa Bros and hacking it just a little bit. And now he's hacking even bigger games like PvZGWP, and even making his own games, stealing their own consciousness or something like that. Even though things such as Video Game Royale didn't work out so well. So yes, the Cookie Hacker is advancing in his technological, trials and tribulations or something. Stuffy Cat is a Christian? What? So we mainly see this in 096 and, of course, Among Us Plush 4, where Bowser and Dry Bowser go read John 3:16 as a task. No, I'm not making fun of the Bible, guys. The Bible is the Word of God. Anyways, this is just realizing that, yes, I am a Christian. I believe that Jesus came and he died for our sins on a cross because he loves us that much. And yes, when I say us, I mean you. You who's watching the video right now. Yes, I am a Christian. And no, that doesn't mean that you have to be too, but I mean, you also didn't have to subscribe, right? I'm not trying to push anything off on anybody. I'm just saying that Jesus came as God's son to be like us, just because he loves us that much, to die on a cross to take our death that we should have had when he had sin at none at all, and we deserved that infinitely more than he did. But he loved us so much, and God loved us so much, that he sent his son down to live a perfect, yes, perfect life without sin, just to be killed. And it was all for us. That's how much he loves us. And now, since he took the death that we should have had, with that, we have the ability to live forever after we exit this fleshy body that we have. So yeah. Believe in Jesus, I guess. That's how you'd live for eternity. So, I mean, I'm not trying to make you believe anything, but that's what I believe. So yeah, Stuffy Cat is Christian. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't see this one here. The Entity. Yeah, nothing much to say about this one. It's just acknowledging that the Entity is technically still out there, and if you're confused as to what it is, you know what? You should just go watch the Backrooms ending series, the Entity endings, and the Entity Aftermath, and all of that stuff. Dry Arc Bowser Jr. Yup, Dry Arc Bowser Jr. is a character, isn't he? Yeah. I've talked about him a good amount in my plush collection and stuff. So, to briefly summarize it, I kind of just gave out in that plush collection that he is the main bad guy, or the main enemy, or main antagonist, or whatever you want to say, of World 1. And of course we see him doing some kinda bad things, so yeah. Nothing else really much to say about him. You can go do your own research. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Phases of the channel. The Mr. Super Koopa Bros. The Manta. Alright, I know I say this a good amount, but this is another pretty self-explanatory one. Just like some other popular media that starts with M and ends with Arvel, I typically like putting my content into specific phases. As you can see with ending of things such as Super Koopa Bros, the Mister, and the Manta. So technically we're like in phase 4 or something. I don't know. But yeah. Just think about it, I guess. Infinity markers. Alright, this is an exciting one. So we get to see infinity markers, or mentions of infinity markers. And remember, this is before Among the Multiverse and stuff. We get to see those in Orange Yoshi's Day Out, Stuffy Cat Police Department 101, The Toad Shop, and Dry Arc Bowser Jr. Origin. Now you might be asking yourself right now, what the heck are infinity markers? Those sound like knockoff infinity stones. Well, guess what? Ding ding ding, you're right, they are. Yes, the infinity markers are basically infinity stones, but guess what? They're markers, and 2 of them are different. So, since I'm feeling nice again, I'll tell you all of the infinity markers. And I'm not going to tell you what they do, because self-explanatory? Maybe, I don't know. So, the infinity markers that there are, the first 4 that are also in Marvel are space, time, reality, and mind. You've probably heard of them, and maybe even seen them. So yeah, those are cool, but then there's 2 left. And those, one of them never seen before, and the other actually seen, would be the money and creativity markers. Yes, and also, something that we're going to see in a later entry, there might be some purple guy who's out there trying to, assemble them all together or something. But, that's on a later entry. Weird societies in the Backrooms. Okay, I probably shouldn't be saying this as much as I do, especially since we're in the body of the iceberg, but this one's also kind of a pretty self-explanatory one if you watch the Backrooms Season 2. As you know, the town is a thing, and they seem normal at first, but they end up being a weird and bad society who, sacrifices plushes to a entity that feeds off of their consciousness and stuff. So yeah, I guess kind of just a precursor to some strange and weird societies of the Backrooms. I mean, the Backrooms is a weird place, so, there's probably bound to be some weird societies. Such as the town. But that doesn't exist anymore. Because, the entity Red Toad, Toad Shop. Blue Toad, Food Shop. Yellow Toad, Police Force. Yeah. Kinda just looking over how the 3 main colored toads have their main profession. Red Toad always being seen with his toad shop. Wait a minute, is that a callback to the sky? And then Blue Toad with his food shop. Don't worry guys, he's just running food shops, not making it so then the future is an apocalypse. And of course, as you've probably seen, Yellow Toad is the police chief captain of the Stuffy Cat Police Department. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty much just saying that, oh, those are the 3 toads and their main professions. Yeah. Cool. Well, guys, we did it. You did it. Congratulations. You got done with the body of the iceberg. From now on, we're not going to be looking at this slide anymore. Yes, you probably heard the music cutting in and out because I don't have editing software. You don't gotta keep reminding me. But we're done with the body of the iceberg now. So good job. But get ready, because now we're going to the end and the abyss. Some of the most obscure things in the iceberg. So get ready for that. Transition!